Some big news coming out of the Premiership in the last day or so. Some controversial news as the Premiership want to trial out away sections in Premiership games. Yes, this means optional away areas. It is. So basically, if you're an away fan, let's say you're a Gloucester fan and you're going to Saracens, we'll get into that in a bit. That is one of the games they've allocated. So if you're a Gloucester fan coming to Saracens, you can either sit in this little block of probably about 200 seats maybe, which is a dedicated away area, or you can choose still to sit with the home fans or just general mixed area. So as an away fan, you can choose either or. But yes, a lot of people I think are getting upset because of the sort of away culture. They're worried it is going to become like football. In my opinion, it is not going to become like football. It is not necessarily just sitting separately which makes people violent. Like, that is absolute madness. I mean, let's look at Rugby League. I don't like mentioning Rugby League, but let's look at it. It's a kind of a middle ground. Rugby League doesn't really have the absolute violence. They're still kind of like a rugby culture, like rugby family. It's a Rugby League family. And just because they sit separately and still have a bit of banter with the crowds, it's not like violence. It's not like football. Even at football, I go to football games sometimes and I don't ever feel in danger. Unless you're sitting right opposite the away fans. But even then, you're not going to be in danger. People are not... It's just not the 70s. People are scared to fight a lot of the time. But it's not going to happen at rugby. It's still going to be normal rugby fans just set in sort of their fan blocks, and the only thing that's going to be separating them is stairs, not going to be stewards or police or barriers. So I think it's going to be a positive thing for the atmosphere. We have seen specifically it is players requesting away fans to be trialled out because they relish, that's the quote, they relish playing in front of the atmospheres away crowds can generate. Harlequins do this in Europe quite often. They earlier this year took an away crowd to Toulon, and it was overwhelmingly positive. The fans loved it, and the Toulon fans loved it. They said they were friendly. You can still mix and mingle with other fans before the game, half time, and after the game. It's not going to be like complete segregation. So all the Toulon fans were overwhelmingly positive about the Harlequins fans, and the Harlequins fans had a fantastic experience. And you could hear the Harlequins fans on the pitch. You could hear it through the TV. The players were loving it, and going up to them after the game and thanking them. It's just what rugby needs at this point in time. A lot of people will say, I've saw someone say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we are broke. Club rugby is broke. We've all been saying this. How can we change how can we expand the game? How can we grow the game? What can we do differently to make more money? This is something, away fans, because once you build that away fan travelling culture, you're almost guaranteed to get an extra 1,000 or 2 travel each week, which is an extra 1,000 or 2 revenue, paying £50-60 to a club. So that's like 5,000, 6,000 extra pound just on ticketing, let alone beers and stuff. And I've absolutely messed up my maths. That's way more. It's actually £60,000 from an extra 1,000 fans travelling. It's so much money for clubs just from having extra 1,000 away fans come to their stadium, and it's going to make atmospheres more better. It's going to draw interest wider from people outside of rugby. It's going to get players celebrating in front of away fan crowds, and you get more iconic photographs of players celebrating, which will go onto social media and will go onto newspapers. It's everything. It's absolutely everything. It's just a crucial part of a sort of sporting culture in Europe, which I think rugby can learn from and in a way improve. You can make it peaceful, really good. Like Rugby League is pretty peaceful. So I think it's a positive thing for the Premiership. I can't wait to see how the tryouts go. I hope they try it again or make it permanent. I want them permanent. But again, always the option. Never you have to sit here, because rugby is different and people do enjoy mixing and talking. So I've no problem if, away fans want to sit in the home end. But I think there should be an away area which can allow those fans to sit together and, just generate an atmosphere. Get their own sort of chants going. So yeah, I'm a fan of it. The games they've chosen are Saracens and Gloucester. So Gloucester going away to the Stonex, and Harlequins going away to Welford Road in Leicester Tigers. So this is clearly intentional because Gloucester have the most working class fan base, the loudest fans, you could argue, the fans with the most chants. And as I said, Harlequins are already doing this in Europe. So they've chosen the 2 best teams to go over to other stadiums. They want this to work. The Premiership want this to work. If they wanted this to fail, they'd choose Newcastle down to Bristol and like Exeter going to Northampton or something. They'd choose or a Sale team. They'd choose the two northern teams because they've got a sort of smaller following generally. They want this to work, and I think they're going to you can already see it. They're going to have lots of positive news articles like what a success it was loud, 20% louder, the fans loved it, there's no violence, we're going to make this compulsory for every team to provide 300 seats, I don't know, for away fans for every game next year. It's going to happen. It is going to happen. And I think there's a real disconnect between different rugby fans. I think if you look at the BBC Sport article on this and the comment section under that, you're going to get a lot of different comments compared to how people on TikTok are reacting to it because of the different age groups. I think anyone over the age of 50 generally, I don't want to generalise, but are mostly against this. They don't want to see it. You probably get more mix between 30 and 50. Anyone below 30, especially anyone below under 25, I think are in favour of this on the whole. Like there's a majority who are in favour of trying this out because that's what fans are used to. Lots of people under 25 are almost definitely going to be watching football. Older rugby fans are usually stick just to rugby. And you can say it's a football thing coming into the sport, into the culture, but again, it doesn't have to go all the way. I think it's just a way to kind of improve the atmospheres and get more fans into the club game. The club game is losing money. We need more fans. We need more dedicated fans to pay money and all this sort of stuff. And we need the brands of these clubs to become more prestigious. So it becomes closer to the international game. So I think it's a step in the right direction, personally. It's, rugby fans don't want to change the sport, but yet the sport has to change if it needs to grow. That's just my opinion, though. I know it might not be the most popular one, but I'm not here for popular opinions. I'm here to say what my genuine opinions are, and I think it's a good thing. I think it will be a positive thing for club rugby, and we've seen it again. We've seen it for Harlequins. It is peaceful. The French fans love it. The Harlequins fans love it. You can hear the Harlequins fans sometimes more than the French fans on the TV. Like when I'm watching as a Saracens fan on the TV. So I think it's a huge positive for the game, potentially a huge thing that's going to help attendances and money for the game and interest. So it has to happen for me. I look forward to being there at the StoneX. I don't know what date it is, but sometime in April, I think we will be playing Gloucester. I'll be looking forward to seeing how it goes from a sort of in-person experience firsthand. See how loud the Gloucester fans are because they're a pretty good bunch already. So it's going to be very, very fun, very interesting. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to see how they're going to do. That's what it generates. It generates that sort of I don't know, competitiveness. You want to be louder than them at the game and also as an away group against away group. I think it's a good thing. But do let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. We're going to have lots more rugby news topics coming up throughout the next few months. It'd be interesting to see what else is announced. All English rugby, world rugby, all of it. So do subscribe if you want to see more of these sorts of videos. Like the video if you agree. Like the video if you don't agree, but think I've made at least some fair, balanced arguments. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. But thank you for watching this one. And as I said, thank you for watching. See you guys.